If you want to rebrand this 2026, this video is for you. If something's calling within you that's like, this is my year, things that really gotta change for me, then this is how you're going to do it, okay? I am so tired of having all these ideas in my head, all these goals in my head, and nothing coming to fruition. So this year we're gonna change that, and I'm gonna help you change it too. My name is Olivia. Make sure to like and follow for more videos like this, but let's just get right into it. If we want the things in our head to come to fruition, to come into reality, we have to plan, okay? I think there's a really big misconception around manifestation, and like, if you say it, it's gonna happen. But no, manifestation is a form of, we already know what works, so we're gonna do those things, and we're gonna have faith and believe, even to a delusional degree, that it's gonna work out for us. Manifestation is not magical. Like, things don't just happen. I watched this video by Amber Scholl, and I really think that she broke it down so beautifully. I'm like trying to paraphrase what she said. So if we want to improve our lives, we have to audit our lives, and that brings me to the first step of rebranding. Okay, so I actually made my own little PowerPoint here that I'm going to be looking at and referencing throughout the video. The first step that I took in planning out my 2026 rebrand was auditing my life. Okay, so this is going to include basically making a checklist of like pros and cons of your life, defining your future self, and then determining the why. So back to just square one of auditing, making that pros and cons checklist. We want to make sure we're giving ourselves props where it's due, and then also critiquing ourselves where we need some critique. So personally for me, something that was on my vision board for 2025 was hitting 10K followers on TikTok, and I did that. So I did that by working towards it, being consistent on social media. So one of those habits that I'm going to continue developing is consistency. Consistency is something that can help you in so many different facets of your life, and I already know that I'm capable of being consistent for a whole year of posting at least one day on TikTok. So I'm going to see how I can do that but better this year. So that's an example of something good. Something that I know that I can do better is taking care of my body. I can eat better, I can work out more. These were things that were on my 2025 vision board that I did not work towards. But now that I know that I can be consistent, I can apply that same mindset of my TikTok and my dreams regarding my career. I can put that towards my body and my mental health as well. So after you audit your life, and that can honestly be hard, but you want to be vulnerable. I'm not gonna share like my deepest like vulnerabilities on the internet right now, but get down into it, get down deeply, and think, what is causing me not to achieve the things that I'm trying to achieve? Because getting down to the reality of it, to the gravity of your own situation, can literally just propel you forward. After auditing your life, now you get to define your future self. Now this is the fun part. This is where you get to list out all your goals and feel super optimistic, like, I want to do this, and this, and just feel super determined and like you're going to do it. And I encourage you to dream big, put your biggest desires. I also wrote myself like a little paragraph. I have it here, where I kind of talk about myself in the third person, like if I can already see Olivia in 2026. So I wrote, 2026 Olivia is smarter, disciplined, and unapologetic. But I encourage you to do that for yourself, and then dissect it and see what you need to do to accomplish those things. And the most important part of the whole entire rebrand is why. Why do you want to rebrand? And this can be really vulnerable and really hard to truly uncover. Trauma really lies beneath the surface. It's not, oh, I want to be prettier, oh, I want to be more confident, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to be successful. It's deeper than that. Like, literally, what is coming from your heart that is telling you, okay, like, I've got to change, like, this is holding me back. But yeah, determine your why, and this is what's going to keep you going throughout the year, so you don't just stop after January. You're going to look at your why, you're going to look at, you know, you can even write down everything you've been through, everything that's motivating you to do better in your life, and this is going to keep you going, I swear. Which is why I do really recommend writing this down somewhere, having a presentation, because I've looked back on this like 4 times, and I literally just made it this week. So once you do that, which I honestly feel like is the hard part, now we get to move on to mindsets and habits. This is the engine. And think about this like how you function, how you work, your habits in your day-to-day life that are actually going to help you get to where you want to be. It's really important to write down habits that you're actually going to hold yourself accountable for, because little tiny things every single day are going to add up and make such a big difference. So for me, a big bad habit that I have is overconsumption, and I don't really mean that in like a shopping sense, even though I do shop a lot. I'm talking more like the content that I consume on TikTok all the time, every day. I'm literally rotting away my brain on TikTok, and I'm wasting a lot of time too. So I want to work on consuming content that is actually going to give some sort of value. You need to be consuming content that gives you value, that teaches you something, that opens up your mind in other ways, so that you can continue learning and just being your best self, constantly developing as well, instead of literally devolving your brain on TikTok and rotting your brain. It's just not productive, and it's a waste of time. So much time is wasted, at least for me, on TikTok, and I can't justify it because I'm not learning anything from it either. Something that you can do to really combat brain rotting on TikTok is reading instead. And I know a lot of people don't like to read. I'm gonna try and read some self-help books this year, which I've never done before, and I feel like there's kind of a stigma around self-help books too, but I don't really care. The next part of changing your mindset and habits are creating new habits to replace the old ones. So like I said, instead of brain rotting on TikTok, I'm going to be trying to read more self-help, motivational, inspiring books. There are definitely other types of habits that you can do as well that are going to help better your life. So these could be anything. Literally any little habit that you want to change. For me personally, I wrote not going on my phone first thing in the morning. Another habit that I'm going to try to do this year is using a calendar and time blocking. Already somewhat there. Canva has been my best friend this week so far. I've made a content calendar and I've made myself a schedule, and I think that if I can stick to that, I can maintain a level of consistency in a bunch of different aspects of my life that I've never been able to maintain before. If you don't already do it, I feel like that's a habit that can really make all of our lives better. I saw somebody on TikTok basically saying that if you put it on the calendar, it has to be like Bible. Like you have to follow it. Like if it's on the calendar, you do it. And I think when people think about a calendar, they're like, what do I even put on a calendar? A birthday? I literally have right here like things that I can put on my calendar. Scheduled workouts, going to church, scheduled filming days, days that I work, days to go out for fun, dates, self-care days. If you schedule your days, you're less likely to waste them. Does that make sense? And you need to work on your goals literally every single day if you want to get where you want to get. Okay, so I think time blocking and not wasting your time, because time is so valuable. I really think time blocking can be a life-changing habit. And then I already talked about this one, limiting media consumption. I don't want to spend an hour on TikTok doing nothing else anymore. Like, I think that's just a habit that is so detrimental to my mental health and just literally rotting my brain. I feel like I'm becoming stupid. Those are 3 things that I'm going to be working on in 2026. Like I said, audit your own life and come up with habits that are going to benefit you in the long run or benefit you the most, but also come up with habits that are doable for you. Okay, now this is the most fun part. It's the visuals, the story, the presentation. So this is the part that everybody loves. This is literally the fun part. What am I going to wear in 2026? What trends am I going to follow? What clothes am I going to wear? What am I going to smell like? What's going to be my signature perfume? This is literally the most fun part. This is literally what all of our vision boards are looking like. I have a vision board that I dedicated strictly to 2026 with all of my fashion icons that I want to dress like. But I do feel like visuals is more than what are we going to wear? How are we going to do our hair? How are we going to do this, that, I think it's way more than that, okay? Looks fade, okay? That's just what I'm trying to say. Looks fade. If you're capable to spend so much energy on glowing up your looks, you're capable to glow up internally. Something that's important for me in terms of visual aspect is refining manners. I feel like manners and etiquette is so out the door these days. I'm turning 24 this year, and I don't want to be talking the same way I'm talking now when I turn 30, so I think that's something that I have to work towards now. If you want to refine your manners as well, work on elevating your etiquette. I mentioned reading self-help books. I'm gonna pick up an etiquette book hopefully this year. No gossiping, no oversharing, and try to have a strong presence. I mentioned Amber Show before, and I'm gonna mention her again. She said something about being bold, and I'm gonna take that with me in 2026. I want to be bolder. I don't want to be scared of taking up space. I want to not be afraid of using my own voice. You know, be bold, be present, be polite, be kind. I think these things are so underrated. And lastly is the execution. So this entails action and consistency. As you can see, consistency is a huge theme in this video. Something that's going to help you remain consistent is planning in quarters. This is something I learned this year. I was working for a business, and every day I would have to go in and write goals for the day, right? And then at the end of the week I would have to sum it up, and then on the end of the month we would have to sum that up, and then in the end of the quarter we would have to sum that up. And it made our long-term goals seem so much more plausible. So if there's anything that you take from this video, I want it to be planning in quarters. You're not going to reach any of your long-term goals without having short-term goals. You don't need to set daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, whatever. You don't need to set all of those goals, but I think every 3 months, check in with yourself. Check in with yourself and see where you're at. I think there's so much good energy around January. Like, it's a new year, it's refreshing, it's a fresh start. It's really all in your head. So plan in quarters, check in with yourself, make those short-term goals for whatever it is that you're reaching towards. People who work towards their goals every day also get closer to their goals every day, okay? What's meant for you will find you if you are taking the steps to get there. Work hard, okay? Hard work and determination will pay off. Something that's going to be helpful in becoming your new self is seeking new rooms. Where does your new self belong? I wrote down a list of rooms that I want to enter either for the first time or just more frequently in 2026. How exciting to picture my future self in rooms that I've never been before, but I'm placing myself there, and just by doing that mentally, I am working towards getting to enter those rooms. Don't give up and don't be afraid of change. Change is necessary. Remember your why, remember your heart, remember your motivation, your goals. Just stick to it, you know? Look at where you are today and where you thought you would be in 2025. If there's any type of disappointment, do it for yourself in 2027. You're gonna have bad days, you're going to have bad days, but it's important just to keep on track. Stick to it, stay consistent, stay close to chasing your goals, dream, be bold, be kind, and don't give up. Don't give up. You can do it. You can do whatever you set your mind to. With a little bit of delusion, determination, and hard work, you will get there, my loves. You will. Okay, well, that is the end of this video. I'm excited to see where I end up in 2026. What rooms am I going to be in, and who am I going to be, and who am I going to become. I feel just so optimistic this year, and I wanted to share with you guys the things that I've been doing to prepare for the new year, because I'm someone who struggles with motivation and things like that, and if these things are helping me, potentially they can help somebody else. So if you like videos like this, I am planning to make more sit down talking motivational content like this, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button and leave a comment if you made it this far in the video. But yeah, bye, love you.